Alright, so here's the auxiliary lights that I just installed. I had to use a Dremel in order to cut the hole in the center. Actually, a drill. And then it turns out that this was so old that there was instead of having the hole in the center, there was a hole on the side. So I have to have a Dremel on the inside to cut from that hole that I originally had out to the side. So one thing you want to do is probably take off your old light and see where the location of that hole is before you actually drill your hole. So that's something I learned. And after making sure everything's in, I actually have these Wi-Fi cables where there are spades that you can connect them. Once you shove it in there, it's kind of hard to pull them back out. So you might want to have permanent more connectors that you have to cut the wire in order to get, in order to separate them. That way when you pull it and the spades, you don't have to deal with spades coming apart and then fishing the line later on. I don't think I'll ever have to replace these guys again for a while, so I went ahead and did it that way. And if I have to fish it out, I most likely will just cut into it and fish it out that way instead of fishing it out of a tiny hole. And that's what I'll do. And I went ahead and caulked it. I have this marine caulk that I got too. I'll put this in the link below. It's been working really well, especially for leaks and cracks that I have here. I just kind of get a spatula kind of thing, one of these guys here, right there, and you just kind of caulk in and just, kind of like you're frosting the cake. And it does kind of bubble up because of the paint underneath is bubbling up, but it still seems to kind of flex and hold with it, so it still keeps the seal on. So that's what I'm going to be using for now, just to kind of patch things up along the way. I don't think I'm going to redo this because it's so old and I don't want to put too much more money into it, so it'll be constant patching. Alright, so that's kind of what I have for now, and I think I might do the same here once this gets worse. There's some moisture in here, you can kind of see it, but I'm kind of debating what I want to do. Maybe if the hole gets big and it cuts open, then I might do it, but for now it holds the water out and I don't want to make it any worse. And let's see, then it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing, so I'll wait till the leak comes back. Then if it does, then I'll peel this off and just frost the whole thing with that stuff. And that's pretty much it. So I'll put the link in the description below and where you get these lights. They're actually pretty nice. Let me come down and turn it on for you so you can kind of see. They're not as, it doesn't do justice during the day, but it's definitely pretty bright at night. And there's like 10 LEDs in there, so I'm sure one or two of them will definitely work. Alright, so here it goes. Let me pull those lights here. These are on. And there it is. See? I know it doesn't do much justice, but once it's dark, it comes out pretty bright. Just like the headlight, it doesn't look that bright, but it does light up pretty well once it's dark enough. Alright, well, thanks for watching. The link is in the description below.